Well, there we are. If you're not ready to eat now, I don't know when you'll be. I guess watch a video and we'll see. But there's this sort of trend started many years ago, actually. But it's been gaining quickly but steadily in popularity. One of the more famous ones that this article talks about, famous mukbangers, is Suyang, I believe her name is. And she definitely can down about everything. Or he, I think it's she. Is she? Okay. I should have checked that, but then I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I know who this is because I've seen them on the memes and on the clips and everything. But yeah, the famous thing about these people is that they can eat a lot and make it look good. And then they do it again and again and again. And often, not all the time, but often they will maintain their weight somehow. There was a Korean mukbanger that did an interview. I wish I could remember their name, but he basically said he eats those meals and then when he's not eating those meals, he's not eating. Like it's kind of like an all-at-once deal, working out plenty, getting good nutrients in. So yeah, it is kind of that sort of deal with them. But why watch these videos? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but the thing that the article puts forth is basically loneliness. So people these days, when they have to maybe move away from their parents for school or work, when they are getting into a new job, when they're trying to find a home, but it's too expensive, so they have to live in this weird area, blah, 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 they find themselves isolated or sort of away from people they've known and having a really hard time meeting new people to connect with, and they become lonely. And so while they're eating alone, while they're doing all these things alone, it just makes everything worse. So why not have in front of you another person eating so you can eat with them? Now that's one reason, but just being able to have the experience of eating with someone, even if you're not eating, you're just watching them, also helps apparently alleviate some of this loneliness as well. So I think, you know, whatever you need to do to get by is what you need to do to get by. I would definitely gain all the weight in the world if I watch these videos. Although the sounds might be very difficult for me. Like you said, you turn it on, you won't get to the sounds. You turn it on, you see it, and you're like, I'm going for that right now.
Yeah.
Off. Okay, I gotta go run before the store closes. Yeah, so that's basically what happens. So yeah, it seems like one of the bigger reasons is this loneliness, but also what we said as well. There might be a thing of just, you know, enjoying watching someone eat food or that deliciousness or needing it to maybe stimulate your own appetite and stuff like that.
I've heard some of my students mention that, that it helps them get ready to eat, helps them feel hungry. I never have a problem with that. I'm always hungry and always ready to eat, but maybe some people do need some stimulation to get there.
I've met some of those people and I'm like, I don't understand. It's right here ready. It's always, it's open. There's a hole directly there. What do you mean you need?
I am never not ready to eat.
All right, well, let's get into a couple questions now.
Okay.
Do you think that this sort of mukbang content is getting popular because of the increasing number of single households, like the article says, loneliness, stuff like that? Do you agree with that or not? Why?
To me, it doesn't seem that logical because I think many people, maybe if they're feeling lonely or if they're eating alone, they might turn on the TV and eat in front of the TV, or you know, any YouTube video, or you know, scrolling through Instagram. There is the idea of being entertained by something when eating alone is super common. I think a lot of people do it. Very few people just eat alone in absolute silence with no stimulation. So why it should be somebody eating though in that video or TV show or whatever, I don't see that as a necessary thing. I think any entertainment, something to, you know, perhaps pass the time while eating, perhaps would be. So to me, it doesn't explain the popularity of mukbang. To my logic.
It might be a part of an aspect of the reason why it's popular, but maybe not the whole.
There must be something more. Why those videos when eating alone? Why not other ones? Because I sit there watching the makeup bloggers and the true crime podcasts and those kinds of things while eating alone.
You're like, how did he dismember him?
I don't need someone to be eating with me.
Anyways, do you think these sort of like watching this content online, mukbang on everything online, how is it affecting in a positive or negative way social interaction?
I suppose, I did hear, and maybe European nations used to be a bit more like we'd grow up and silence at the dinner table, being polite and formal, no chatting, just focus on the eating used to be the norm. But now, obviously, if somebody's there doing a mukbang, they are eating and talking and eating. So maybe that would encourage the person watching then when they do eat with others to eat and talk at the same time. That's okay, that's cool, that's friendly, that's socially acceptable. So that seems nice, to encourage people to chat over food.
Were you a type of elbows off the table?
Oh, I have British parents, so yes. We could talk, that was great, but the focus on formality was,
Yeah. Everything had to be set correctly. No elbows on the table.
No chewing with your mouth open. Don't
talk with your mouth full.
Don't talk with your mouth full. Yes. And
napkin on the lap.
Ask to be passed things. Don't reach over people. All this kind of etiquette.
The only thing we didn't have to do is excuse ourselves. We could go to the bathroom freely. We didn't have to excuse me for the bathroom or anything like that. We could just be like, oh, I'll be right back. But it was basically the same. We could talk to a little bit, but again, if you had food in your mouth,
you got to be careful. So, it encourages more relaxed eating,
correct.
More social eating.
There's some positivity to it.
Yeah, I like it.
Maybe not for us, but for someone. But the positivity that's for everyone, that vocabulary, it'll help you in your everyday English. Go ahead and give it a gander and concretely set it in your mind and use it as when you please. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Originate.
Originate.
Amass.
Amass.
Dominance.
Dominance.
Follow suit.
Follow suit.
Individualistic.
Individualistic.